Okay, welcome once again, and first time for a little bit of a time, a while, whatever.
Hmm.
Fuck it. First line, fucking screwed it up. Welcome to the Johnny Come Latelys podcast. I am Monodrew, and with me, as usual, is
The dreaded Cambrian.
hello, the dreaded Cambrian. How are
Hmm.
you?
I'm all right. Just back from work, so a bit tired, but apart from that, all right.
Yeah, same. I'm not. I'm not long back myself, and as I was trying to explain in that fuck up of an introduction, there, it has been months since one of these was posted, and it's been months since actually anything on this channel was posted.
Yeah.
Hello again, and
Hello.
if you're listening to this, first question, why? And second question, why?
I mean, let us know.
Yeah, no, let us know by all means, and I do appreciate it if you are. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's been a while. I mean, there's not too much to the story. I'll give a very brief explanation. I think the last episode was a little bit before Christmas, and, holiday period's kind of messy anyway.
Hmm.
And also within the last few months, I have moved house.
Yes, that's right.
And, that's a chaotic time, so I wasn't totally up for recording around then. And also changed careers again, kind of hoping this time it's going to stick.
Hmm.
And as well as moving house, the house I moved into had been without internet for at least a couple of months. So
Yeah.
that was fun. I had the guy come round to install it pretty much in the first month of me living here, only to find out that this cable actually doesn't fucking connect to anything.
So what was the point? And like,
It appears that someone has removed the phone line in the
oh,
home's previous history. So I had to wait a while and get a
oh,
new phone line put in.
sorry, that's my door. 2 seconds.
No problem.
Sorry.
So yeah, eventually I got a new phone line put in, and eventually I got some broadband finally, fiber, for all that matters. And yeah, apart from the internet issues with the place, been getting a lot of work done, been getting the electrics replaced, the entire thing needed rewiring. There's a bit of a damp spot in one corner, so that's getting looked at, and yeah, it's kind of cool. This place is actually gonna be my. This is my house. Like I'm not renting anymore. I really can't hold a show on my own, so this is fun. So how are you, audience? Please comment. Man, I haven't even planned much of a show today, to be honest. I mean, I've got a few things lined up, but really, it was just to kind of get the ball rolling again. It didn't feel totally prepared, but I thought, we should really just record something. Right, are you back? Jesus Christ. I wasn't going to edit this. If he's going to be much longer, I think I will probably cut this a bit short, because I don't know what's going on at his door. Maybe he's getting robbed. In which case, shame I didn't have the camera set up.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Hey, so you weren't shot at the doorstep?
No. No, I helped my neighbour. She's really old and kind of frail, and it's bin day tomorrow, and I promised I'd help her
Yeah.
empty her bins. So sorry, I had to quickly run.
That's fine. It was a bin day yesterday for me, and it was just recycling. I didn't really have any recycling, so I just didn't bother.
Yeah, she had loads. Jesus.
So I was just explaining to the audience this particular episode isn't particularly well planned or formatted. In fact, it's kind of old school
Hmm.
because the last few that we did actually do were live streamed. I mean,
Yeah.
we're still kind of working out the bugs on that, but I kind of felt like it's been such a while, and since I actually have internet now, may as well just get the ball rolling, just to get something out there.
Yeah.
If anything else, this is kind of like a little stopgap episode. It's gonna be like just a quick update and just a few things.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Just say hi, and we're still here.
We're still here, and maybe talk about a few things going on. So, uh, kind of explained what was going on with me the past few months. How about yourself?
Same old, really. I'm up for a promotion, I guess.
Oh yes. Good luck with that.
Yeah. But that's it, I guess. I'm kind of bored.
Uh,
Um.
I'm up for a review because it's coming up to the end of my probation.
Mhm.
So I have been asked. I need to provide consent for them to contact one of my references, and I didn't exactly leave the place in the best terms. But I can't say no. So either way, I'm gonna have to give it.
Yeah. To be honest, they pretty much have to give. a reference. So
Right. I mean, people saying you shouldn't worry about it because companies have to give a positive reference. I don't think that's true.
maybe I suppose it depends on how you did leave it. Like if you walked out saying goodbye, fuckers, then maybe
Yeah.
not.
I mean, I wasn't fired or anything for this job, but
Mm.
it wasn't kind of great towards the end. I don't know. I fear that by giving my consent, I actually give them consent to talk about everything. So
Mm.
I think I just want to have it worded a bit better.
Yeah, yeah,
But whatever. Either way, it's gonna have to be done. Either I'll pass or I'll fail. Is kind of no in between.
I guess you can't really stop it. I mean, like you say, if they need it, they're gonna get it, or you know,
But
they just
anyway,
can't. Yeah,
none of that's important. As I said, you just want to get a show going because sometimes the hardest thing is just to get things started again. It may not be great to start with, but just get the ball rolling.
yeah,
Kind of like an exercise regime in a way,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
like or any kind of training or dieting thing. And I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to get back into that recently. My diet has improved a bit,
Mm.
though I'm super craving like junk tonight.
Right. Oh,
So I'm kind of battling a demon here, and yeah, I remember joking to you a little while ago, and I'll show some of this on the screen about the idea of like anti-inspiration or anti-inspiration, like getting pictures and examples of people who are the exact opposite of what you want to be to motivate you.
yeah.
Like a very good one's Chris Chan.
God,
And
yeah.
recently, I've been listening to a lot of Painkiller already on Woody's gamer tag, and one of the infamous people who were once a part of that crew was Wings of Redemption. So
Oh God,
he's
yeah.
a fucking other one up there, and I honestly have had a couple of instances lately where I've been like very tempted to slip,
Hmm.
and I just start thinking about those individuals, and it genuinely has like given me resolve not to.
That's good.
Although, I do think you can take an occasional break. It's just whether or not I want to make
You
a.
pretty much have to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
it's whether or not I want to do it now or maybe hold out a bit longer.
yeah.
But we'll
Like,
see.
doesn't mean you have to have junk. You could just like not train a day.
Do you know what? I'd rather train every day and have junk than not
Mm.
train and eat well.
You do need rest days though. They're just as important.
Kind of, but like there's forms of cardio that really aren't that like much of an impact on you.
Yeah, you can probably go with. Well, actually, yeah, even like bike stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I cycle to work and back most days, at least when the weather's okay.
Hmm.
Oh, on the subject of that, you were telling me about a recent purchase.
Yeah, today I bought it actually while at work. I just thought I might as well. No, like not to be that guy, but the only reason I would ever go to the gym now is to use cardio
Mm-hmm.
because I've got everything else. Now I have just bought a bike or an exercise bike,
Yep,
so I'll probably just use that.
and just not bother with the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? I remember you were talking to me about thinking of maybe getting back to the gym again because I've still got my
Yeah.
membership. But since I've kind of moved, I've also picked up bits and pieces of equipment. Like I always had like an exercise bike, another cardio, but now I kind of have weights,
Yeah.
and I also have my power tower.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's not much else I would do at the gym, so I'm actually thinking of just cancelling my membership.
It's cheaper in the long run if you own the equipment, so might as well.
Yeah.
I might even buy a cross trainer at some point because I've seen them go quite cheap.
I mean, I do kind of have room if I wanted one. I mean, I probably won't for a while because I don't necessarily need it because I've got a rowing machine and a exercise bike,
Mm.
and I also go jogging. So as long as my knee doesn't fucking blow out, I'm kind of good doing that.
Mm. Cool.
So yeah, I'm thinking to cancel it. But I know, I don't know if you want to necessarily make a thing of this, but you've got an exercise bike. I've
Mm.
got an exercise bike. Maybe we could, I don't know, have a
Make
little.
out.
Yeah, we'll make out. But yeah, I was also thinking, maybe maybe keep an eye on performances and maybe compare.
Yeah, sure. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Compete.
yeah. I mean, sure, compete.
Mm.
Um, the winner gets honor or something meaningless like that.
Yeah, okay. I'm good for meaningless on it.
Fantastic. Whew. Right. Anyway, I feel like I should
Oh,
actually. No, continue.
our Deadpool has come to naught so far.
Deadpool?
We had a Deadpool Christmas time of
Oh
celebrities we
shit,
thought was
you're
going to.
right.
Yeah,
Nothing's happened yet, but I was very fucking close on my one of my first choices.
trying to remember which one.
Prince Philip gone to the fucking car smash around about Christmas, New
Yeah,
Year's time.
a good point, Harry.
Oh, I almost had him.
Nearly. I'm kind of hoping some of ours don't come true, though.
Oh no, no. I mean, I think most of mine were people I actually liked, so
Yeah,
it's just they're probably gonna die.
they're just a bit old.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Prince Philip, but I don't will death. I'm just saying,
I, with him, I just don't care.
I
You know what I mean?
yeah, I honestly don't care. I mean,
The whole royal family, to be honest. But
yeah, I'm not a royal person. I mean, aren't you so excited about the new royal baby? Oh, isn't it
no,
fantastic? Oh, do you really? I mean, what they're gonna call it? What they're gonna call the new royal baby?
who cares? I mean, they could literally call it "Who cares," and I'd care probably more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I tell you, I tell you whose baby name I did kind of find of interest recently.
Mm.
Incredibly unfunny comedian Amy Schumer recently gave birth.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay,
With her partner, well, she gave birth to her partner.
yeah, yeah.
The father is Chris Fisher, who's her husband, and so the baby's surname is Fisher. The first name of the baby's Jean. Fair
All
enough.
right.
The middle name is Attel, which is apparently a reference to a actor's friend and fellow comedian Dave Attell, according to the Independent, who invited Schumer to perform on his show in New York
All
on
right.
January just past. So it's that's the baby's name, Jean Attell Fisher, or as someone else kind of pointed out, Genital Fisher.
Nice.
How the
Oh my
fuck
god.
someone naming a child that didn't fucking occur to them?
Well, I mean, that's their life now.
God, it's bad enough like the shitty humor of your mother being like around in your upbringing. Never mind being called Genital Fisher.
Man, she is not funny, is she?
She is
Like,
fucking awful. I
but holy shit, you've got to like it because you're not allowed to rate otherwise. You physically can't now.
no, oh no, no. Thanks to some creative decisions by Netflix, she was pretty much the reason there's no longer a star rating system
Yeah.
because people were downvoting it too much.
I am a 5-star man. I am a good comedian.
Oh Christ, what was it? Is it Rotten Tomatoes also like suspended like its rating system because of Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I think so. Or it might, I don't know if it's back up now, though.
I haven't checked that to be
I
honest.
can't imagine it is, to be honest with you.
But Christ, it reminds me like Doctor Who before the Christmas special came out. I mean the New Year's special. Sorry, they don't do them anymore.
Mm.
There was it was people needlessly downvoting that before it came up, but there was also people upvoting it, and it was this weird sort of pseudo ratings war
Mm.
where people were downvoting it without seeing it, and people were upvoting it without seeing it to like combat the trolls, quote unquote.
God.
God, you really have to fucking love culture. So
Like,
anyway,
both sides of that were pretty stupid, though, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, I still have not fucking seen it. I have no interest in.
No, neither do I.
Actually, I do have a mild morbid curiosity, but it's kind of the same morbid curiosity that makes me see movies which I've been told are fucking terrible.
Hmm. No, I'm not. I'm not terribly bothered by it, mind you. Trying to think. I started watching the Chris Eccleston Doctor Who's again.
Oh yes.
just to just to see if it stands up, to see if it like, because at the time it really used to get on my tits.
Hmm.
It's still shit, but my god, I pine for those days compared to even the last Capaldi ones and that. It's just become so non-entity. It's kind of sad.
You and I used to bitch about T. Davis as a showrunner quite a bit, but my God, like compared to the last couple of years, he could write like he could produce like a tight show,
Compared to this shit, yeah,
like coherent and actually watchable.
yeah. Like you sort of, you didn't like elements of it, but you could see at least what he was trying to do. He had a story,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess. God.
And I mean, the thing the new series does is, I say new, it's what fucking over a decade old now.
Hmm.
The thing the series does in the modern times is it kind of has an overreaching arc over an entire season.
Hmm.
Even back then, though, it was a fairly subtle arc.
Oh yeah, God, with the whole bad wolf crap.
Yeah, and I mean, from what I remember in the second season, it wasn't a huge arc, but they did introduce elements during the season that like led to the finale, like the Cybermen and the alternate universe and that stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
And even
yeah,
with the master and stuff, like apparently if you look close enough to the other episodes, you can see like Vogue Saxon and stuff.
yes, I remember that as well. But then you got to like later on during like the end of Smith's run and some of Capaldi's where it seemed very blatant
Yeah.
that there's like something was building up.
Well, there's a whole one of the last Capaldi series. He's pretty much guarding what will be in the last episode of that series. I
Hmm.
tried starting to watch it again. I swear to God, I got 3 episodes in. I couldn't honestly get through it.
I didn't watch the whole of last Capaldi season, but I did actually watch I guess it was the finale, the Cyberman one.
Oh, it's a minute. I know the Master's in it at some point.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, both Missy and the Master's in it, and God, it was kind of intriguing that they brought back the Mondas style Cybermen, but
Hmm.
can't. Here was my issue. It was based on a spaceship, but like
Hmm.
there was interior areas of the spaceship, which is basically just like outside location shoots. I don't know if it was a hologram or something.
Right.
And there was like generations living in it, and like one part of the spaceship was ahead of time, and the other was further back. This is like a really minor complaint, but can they not just do a fucking straightforward story? Like, why
Yeah.
not just set it on a planet? It like made barely any difference.
Yeah.
Like, why is it just needlessly so fucking convoluted for like no fucking reason?
It is a bit on the nosy, like, in it.
Yeah, wow. God, do you know what? Considering how little I've seen Doctor Who in the past few years, somehow it always manages to come up in fucking conversation on here.
Yeah, true.
So, anyway, we'll leave Amy Schumer's the new royal baby behind for a moment because I've still got that story up. So let me just close that off. I mean,
We'll leave it mostly because we don't care. Like,
pretty
I'll
much
be honest.
a bit like Doctor Who, although it still has some kind of morbid interest to me.
Mm.
I mean, I'll tell you what, babies don't have to worry about getting nicknamed and that in like further along in school. Dead ones. I have
Right.
recently been spending a lot of time in the anti-vax corner of the internet.
Oh God, yeah.
And specifically, a lot of them just compilation. There's some really funny YouTube channels out there which sort of do compilations of like the weirdest things anti-vaxxers say.
Yeah. Well, my partner's sister is a neuroscientist,
Hmm.
and she's leading the way against anti-vaccine and stuff in the UK pretty much. Like she's done a load of talks. She was at the Tyneside Cinema in
Oh,
Newcastle doing a talk about it because it's fucking stupid. Um, Normally, I don't give my opinion on things, but you're an idiot if you like Jesus Christ.
have fun burying your children.
Yeah,
God, it's
absolute morons. Like,
it's fucking terrible. But I tell you what, the comment section of some of these YouTube videos is absolutely fucking gold.
Mm.
Some of the best jokes I've seen. I mean, I have said some of these to yourself, but it's like, well, scientists have proven that there are more children living with autism after vaccination because the other children are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some classics here. One of the videos I've got, I was watching here, making fun of anti-vaxxers will never get old, just like the kids.
Nice.
Technically, vaccines do cause cancer because you'll be able to live long enough to possibly get it. Shit like that.
It's pretty good though. Like it's true.
Yeah, and what like a really something I kind of commented on was this kid saying, this Kia Stin saying 1 year and 1 more year and I'll be 18. I'll be able to have my first vaccine. Can't stop me now, Mom. I've never been able to convince my mother. It's completely useless. A lot of comments of support there, and I'm glad you've survived this long. Hopefully, you'll survive longer, and your mother sucks. I thought I'd give my support. Man, I hope you're healthy enough until then that when you are vaccinated, do us a favor and act very autistic when you're breaking your news to your mother, and also get it on camera.
Yeah,
because I would pay to see that.
it's such a bizarre thing. Like they always seem to sit in tandem with the fucking
flat earthers and
yeah. I don't know why. Like they always seem to crop up in the same conversation because they're both as ludicrous as each other.
Because they're woke, because they know the truth that apparently everyone else doesn't.
Why? Because they're so important. Like they've figured it out.
We've talked about conspiracy theories before, and to be honest, I will say this whole anti-vax thing is the exact same camp.
Yeah.
Anti-vax, flat Earth, in with other bullshit conspiracies. Part of me thinks it's this need just to feel special.
That's exactly what it is. Mostly with the flat earthers, I can see that.
You've got a very fucking mundane life, and but no, you're really special, and you have to have this secret knowledge that most people ignore because in reality, you're better than everyone else.
Yeah, you see the truth.
Woke. Fucking hate that term.
I thought it was a term people used to take the piss out of people who thought they knew things.
No, people use it like genuine.
I am woke, Jesus.
Yeah, and like woke media, and
it's just like cis. What does it mean? Tell me what that means.
Oh God, I have looked this up before. I'm pretty sure the term actually stands for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look right now.
You can literally just make up your own meaning. It doesn't matter.
People who unironically use that word typically make up meanings for everything else. Denoting to relating to a molecular structure lying on the same side of a given plane. All right, literally the first thing that came up was a chemistry definition.
What, of woke?
Of cis.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. What does the term cisgender mean? Cisgender, sometimes cissexual, often abbreviated simply cis, is a term for people whose gender identity matches the sex that they were assigned at birth.
Right.
I'm gonna just bring up this article because there's actually some etymology here. German sexologist Volker Sigursch used the neologism cissexual in peer-reviewed publication in his 1998 essay on the neosexual revolution. Latin-derived prefix cis, meaning on the side of. Okay, there actually is some fucking meaning there.
Is it linked to what they're on about then, or what?
To a degree, yeah. It actually does mean. It just basically means on this side of the gender. So if you're a cis male, then you are a male, I guess.
Okay, well, I rescind my old comment then. That's fine. You know what? We took the time to look it up. Now I understand more.
Well, do you know what? I've looked it up before, and I haven't actually found this definition. Partly because I'm pretty sure. Oh no, 1998 apparently.
Oh wow.
But no, actually, 1991 it looks like, or 98. Oh, wow. I'm not sure, but I think the reason there is so much confusion is I'm pretty sure 98% of people who use that term unironically don't actually know that. It's just something they state.
Yeah.
Because, it's not like fucking people just to recite shit they've heard without
Yeah.
any fucking thought.
Hmm.
See, that's why I like Twitter. There's so much shit on there.
I rarely use it. I've got a Twitter account, and if y'all want to add me, you can, I guess, but it is Cambrian. But I will probably not talk to any of you because I don't really know what I'm doing.
Oh,
I find it very boring.
I use Twitter as well, though I say use it. I use it to look at other people's posts because it's kind of a way I use just to kind of keep up to date with people I'm following. I actually
Mm.
don't really like post shit myself most of the time.
Is it mostly spy on Chris?
It was for a while, and then they got rid of their old account and recently got a new one which you had to request to join, and I'm pretty sure my old request was never approved.
Oh wow! So Chris Chan now, oh dear, he's safe behind his request wall
Yep.
in the alternate dimension that he lives in alone.
Yep, just like how Steve Shives is safe from criticism because he fucking blocks anyone who disagrees with him.
What a world, eh?
To be fair, when he blocked me, I did call him a fucking low life. So at least there's a kind of reason for that.
I don't know who this person is. I'm sorry.
Oh god, it'd be a bit too long to go into it. Think of the most beta fucking social justice dickheads like ever. Like a man who's honestly quite pathetic, and as I've said, kind of blocks most people that disagree with him. Like he lives in a complete echo chamber. But I think
Is he a celebrity or?
he's like a YouTube online celebrity.
Oh, right, okay.
I think what a lot of people dislike about him though is he used to have a decent reputation in the atheist community for being quite funny and insightful, and then just somewhere along the way he became like a total bitch.
Has he denounced some of the things he said and stuff?
Yeah, I mean the reason I called him a fucking lowlife, it was during one of the most recent shootings in America. Every time there is a fucking shooting, he will immediately use it to like blame conservatives and gun laws, which a lot of people do. But something very interesting happened. I think was it the Vegas. What was the shooting where it was like actually a Muslim man who like opened up on a gay club?
Oh,
Was it the Aurora or something?
maybe was it with the machine gun or?
It might, but you're really starting to cut out.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Okay. Right. When that happened, for instance, this is probably one of the most like infamous examples. He immediately used an example of a Muslim man killing gay people to blame white culture for it and gun laws, and saying, this it's like just really fucking skewed logic. Like, it was members of the LGBT community who were murdered by someone who was like being a radical Islamist. Yet I guess the social justice part of his brain will not allow him to acknowledge the fact that that exists.
Yeah,
Like,
that it was an actual Muslim attack.
yeah, and yeah,
Can't point that out, why? Because it's a thing.
because racism, because for some fucking reason, a lot of social justice warriors and feminists really want to defend Islam, despite the fact.
It goes against everything they stand
Yes, absolutely.
It
And
really does, though.
and when I say that, I live in the UK. We're fairly diverse.
Hmm.
I know Muslims that aren't like that. It's in the same way I know Christians who are like fine with gay people and that.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're honest, your holy book does not say that. Your holy book definitely commands you to kill them.
Oh yeah, of course. But that's the thing, though. There are extremists in any religion. We've always said that, and we don't like any of them.
Yeah, but
we don't care about your religion or race or anything.
But that's what gets me, especially in the modern world. To deny that there is an issue is really ignorant.
It's dangerous. because then that issue escalates and is the new norm.
You know, I know some conspiracy theorists might disagree with me, but the London bombings, 9/11, honor killings, shit that pretty much happens in the news every week when someone decides to run into a bunch of people and they're like a van.
Yeah.
Christ, even Parliament's been attacked. My dad was actually in London at the time that happened.
Was he? Well,
Yeah, like I think he saw some of the aftermath. Again, like obviously hashtag not all, but to deny that it does happen is just really that's an insane level of willful ignorance.
that's the definition of ignorance. Like,
And I'm not like being totally anti. I'm not being like anti-Islam here. I'm actually fucking anti-religion in general.
hmm,
It's one of the points. I do listen to some like conservative pundits, like Ben Shapiro, for instance. But just because I like some of the things he says doesn't mean I agree with him entirely. I disagree completely with him when it comes to religion and stuff like abortion.
I was actually listening to one of his latest shows on Spotify today.
Oh yeah,
It was all about abortion. The whole show, I disagreed with him, to be honest with you, but I still like him.
he can make a good point, but do you, I don't know. I get this impression of people, especially these days. I don't know if you get a similar one. There seems to be this weird mindset that you have to agree 100% with someone.
Yeah, exactly. If you spout one thing that goes against something you believe, that's it, done.
Yeah, yeah, like you're some people seem to find it hard to acknowledge the fact that people have various opinions.
Yeah.
It's like the whole political left and right thing. There's like people who say you're either one thing or the other. It's not that fucking simple because you could agree with one side on one issue and one side on another issue.
Like, I'm definitely not left, and I'm certainly not right. So,
Well, people who I suppose I was to put a label on it, centrist. That's
mm,
what I if I was to put a label on it, that's what I'd call myself.
I
There's
guess
there's people who say that centrists are bullshit because they don't have convictions.
we do. We just have a merge of convictions. That's the point.
Yeah, or it is the fact that we have convictions. We just because I like one point doesn't mean I'm going to throw all my eggs on one side of the debate if I disagree with 50% of the things they say.
I
What?
think everybody should be in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I said this years ago. I think, like in this country as well, we need new parties.
No, we do. Yeah. The
We,
left and right have just, I don't know, they've squandered it. Like,
yeah, we need more like reasonable people, to be honest.
yeah.
Don't know
I
whether.
had a lot of UKIP flyers through the door today.
Ah, did you?
Mm. Most of them weren't addressed to me, which is weird.
Oh, um. Well, we recently did have the local elections.
Yeah.
Don't know if you voted. I'll tell you right now. Hands up. I do often tell people they need to be like politically active. I actually didn't vote in the last local election.
I didn't. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because for some reason the polling stations open at 9
Mm-hmm.
and then close at about 1.
In your area?
Yeah. So
Fuck
if
me.
you work, you can't vote, which I do and couldn't.
See,
So
if that was the case near me, then I wouldn't have been able to.
yeah.
But part of the reason I didn't, it wasn't. It was kind of what I was talking about earlier. I've recently moved,
Yeah.
and I've not only moved house, I've like moved to a different county. So my previous eligibility to vote is like I'm no longer registered. Like, well, I'm not registered to vote where I'm living now, so I've had to completely re-register. And the time limit for that was like a lot earlier than the actual election itself, so it's not something I got done in time. Otherwise,
Change that because you're part of the UK. You pay your taxes and that. You think you should be registered to vote anywhere within the UK.
I guess, but I suppose it was like technically a local election, so you kind of have to vote in your local county.
I get that, I suppose.
So I mean, I didn't exactly move that far. It's just where I was living before was just on the other side of the border.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't vote in the last one, but I am actually registered, so like I will be involved in whatever happens next. And To be honest, though, fucking hell, it's like other elections I've had. Who do you fucking vote for?
Honestly wouldn't have known, to be honest, this time round.
It's the same shit as like actual elections when it comes to like left and right. It's like, well, there's not really any party that particularly represents me that well.
Yeah,
They're all shit.
yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
so
Politics in the UK has gotten a bit strange. I mean, politics all around, I guess, is a bit strange. But the one thing that's boiled me is what you mentioned quite some time back, that we're doing that whole censorship thing online.
oh yeah, since the last episode, Articles 11 and 13 passed.
Yay!
In
I don't think
Europe,
I had a good laugh at us for that.
yeah, in European Parliament, fucking thanks Europe. Maybe it's not just racism. Maybe that might also be another reason why people aren't particularly keen on being governed by the EU. Just fucking saying, because
Yeah,
because they make decisions that may not be in our interest.
yeah,
Yeah, I watched that gym stream as well.
yeah. I agreed with him though. Like throughout, he's probably having a go and laughing at us for it. But you know what? We voted for it. Whatever.
We voted for it. We've got Articles 11 and 13, and we've got the porn ban coming up again. I say
Yeah,
again, they've tried to introduce that multiple times, but it keeps getting pushed back for some reason. It's almost as if it's hard to work and unpopular.
yeah,
I mean, God, like, regardless of your opinions on pornography, whether or not you think it should be a thing or shouldn't, the amount of expense they must be putting into the restrictions like that. I'm just. It's the same with Articles 11 and 13. When the government or businesses want to start, like, controlling your media, I think you should be worried.
oh, completely. Because then your freedom of speech is under fire.
Yeah, but apparently freedom of speech is like. Well, apparently freedom of speech equals hate speech, according to fucking some people I've
Mm.
spoken to, so there you go.
This is the sort of thing that led to that, though, is the attitude of people these days because of that sort of thing, where freedom of speech becomes hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
Then, well, why don't we just censor the internet then?
Do
Because it'll look like it's in their favor when actually we're getting to control people.
it's useful idiots, as like an often coined term is.
Exactly.
Get people riled up, you'll get them to do fucking anything.
Oh, and they really will. Like, God,
Oh, wow.
spoils is that one. Like,
Yeah, I'm not. I do not like censorship.
no, that's my least favorite thing by far.
It doesn't mean like everything should be a free for all, but especially if you're a fucking legal adult, I think you kind of have. You should be allowed to consume whatever legal media you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give a shit.
As long as it doesn't impose upon anybody's freedom, which censorship does,
Mm-hmm. Well,
then you're free to do it.
I forget which one. It's been a little while since I was reading about it. It was one of the articles that were passed. It's been dubbed essentially the link tax, which means you're not even fucking allowed to link things on social media
Jesus.
anymore. So it might make this job a little harder when I'm looking for articles, unless of course I get a VPN, which I am.
Yeah, or what to pay to actually do it. Oh.
I'll pay for it, but you know what? I'd rather give money to a security and anonymity company than I would to our fucking Orwellian government. Or whoever else is in their fucking coffers at the moment.
Yeah, who's really in charge here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, talking about conspiracies. To be honest,
the
the idea that big business is involved in government decisions is not really a conspiracy. It's pretty much an open secret.
it's tantamount to fact, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Funding comes from somewhere. It's corporate interests, usually. Oh, how the fuck did I get on this topic?
Weird, man. Honestly, I hate this country. It's just pissing me off.
This country, is becoming increasingly Orwellian. I mean, we're one of the most surveyed countries in the world in terms of like surveillance and shit, and
We have been since the 90s as well.
yeah. Oh god, yeah, it's been going on forever. But now the fact that the internet itself is going to be controlled and sanitized. to kind of swing it briefly back to the Brexit and the political bullshit, that really bothered my piss. The amount of people, especially on social media and the news media, who were talking
Mm.
about Brexit and how if you voted for it, you're just racist. Now we're gonna fight to get the country back. And how many people just on either side were just moaning about Brexit and the agreements? Barely anyone mentioned or even reported on Articles 11 and 13. Like,
I know. It was mentioned on a one radio broadcast I heard.
yeah,
That was it.
yeah, kind of suspicious, almost as if, the government and corporations benefit from such measures. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But where was the outcry over that? Are you even still there?
Hello?
Hello? You
Oh,
were
it cut out, sorry.
had where was the outcry when like that shit was getting pulled? I
I
mean,
know.
there were people protesting it. There were people trying to fight against it.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Benjamin Call. I guess at least he was kind of going against it, and Count Dankula. But
Yeah.
it's no one on Facebook was talking about it.
Yeah, nobody's been, like, pissed off about it. Except, well, you.
Well, no, me and a few others, but I only know as much as I do because I follow a few people online who do talk about it.
You won't be able to do that anymore.
Most of them fucking don't. Like, everyday average person's gonna wake up one day and wonder why they've lost access to half the things they enjoy. And it's like, oh, I didn't see this coming.
Yes, but you voted for it.
And I actually weren't paying fucking attention.
Oh, man, that's the worst thing to happen. Like, that's pissing us off, that.
So, on a lighter story, actually, I don't know if there is a lighter story to this, to be honest. I mentioned Schumer, I mentioned dead kids, I mentioned anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, you can't get much later than that.
Yeah. Oh God. Speaking of death, the Jeremy Kyle's been axed.
Oh, God, I read about that today.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the details why. It was something about the death of someone who was on it.
Yeah, somebody who failed a lie detector test killed himself.
Alright, I'm just on the look here. I'm just on the Sun at the moment. Not exactly a trustworthy news source, but we'll go ahead. Steve Diamond, 63, found dead after failing a lie detector test. Just looking for the details. Overdose after appearing on air.
Might not be linked. Just saying.
I'm just having a look. Given the gravity of recent events, Prime Minister, death was a deeply concerning case. Really, fucking really was it?
The world got lighter. Fuck off.
I'm just seeing if I can get much else. So failed a test. So what? Driven to death. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it is.
Went onto a show to prove his innocence after he was accused of being unfaithful. He failed a test. The couple split. He wanted really excited, but it was all a front. He wasn't well at all. So claimed the show had ripped into his dad. I'm not a fan of the show, but he kind of rips into everyone, especially if they're,
A
appears.
liar.
Yeah. His appearance on the show was the final straw. He was less than a week after the breakup. He was sacked from his job for accidentally knocking down a timber barrier. Yikes! That's some shitty luck there. And he was found dead in his Portsmouth bedsit.
But they're blaming the whole Jeremy Kyle show when there was a lot of factors there, it seems.
There was a lot of factors, and
He lost his job and stuff.
to be honest, I do really dislike Jeremy Kyle and that show.
So do I, but I noticed on social media everybody's going on about, oh, Jeremy Kyle's being axed. Good. You're watching it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
millions of people watch that shit. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been on the air for like what
no, I mean,
over a
I'm talking
decade.
about like this specific person that I saw online going
Oh
on about.
really?
I'm glad it's been banned. I've seen them posting about. Have you seen the latest Jeremy Kyle?
Oh, Christ.
It's like, well, shut up, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? I dislike the show. I dislike Jeremy Kyle as a person as well, to be honest. But
It's just, you know,
I wouldn't put that on him. I
that's not
mean,
his fault, man. Oh, Christ.
we were like I was talking about this at work today with someone. There's no way in fucking hell if I got an invite to go on a show like that, I would, even if I was in the right on that side of an argument, I'm
No,
not airing out my fucking dirty laundry on white trash TV.
exactly. Like this person knew what he was signing up for.
Or did he? I don't know, because again, retard population, but fuck's
Mm.
sake. So anyway, I didn't like it, but apparently it's dead now, so there we go.
And so is he.
Yeah. What gets me though is I swear this isn't the first time it's happened. I could have swore like 5 years ago there was a news story about something similar.
I can't remember, to be honest with you. It escaped my interest.
Or there was at least an accusation that I think it was from an old. It might have been from an old Screen Wipe episode or an old News Wipe episode from a long time ago because that show's been off the air for a while.
Mm.
But like Jeremy Kyle was like brought up. The show was kind of brought up in court as like a human form of bear baiting.
Right.
It was either a murder or some like domestic violence or something associated again with people who'd been on the show. To be honest, from what little I've seen of the show, I don't exactly think they're getting the crop of humanity.
Yeah.
With their broken teeth and 500 pounds.
And the tattooed faces.
Oh yeah, the guy who can't get a job for some reason.
Yeah. He's the one up north actually as well. I've seen him.
Really?
Oh God,
Oh Jesus.
I think he was asking for change. I don't know. I made that last bit up, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. There's a couple of other news stories I've got here, but to be honest, they're all kind of depressing. Like a lot of the stories are, but sometimes it's at least funny in a funny death kind of way. Like I don't know, a clown shot himself or something like that.
That would be funny.
I'm pretty sure it's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess getting it rounded off, I thought we'd maybe just talk about something else. I mean, quite a bit of meteors came out since we last won the show. I mean, as best there's been some development in gaming, I'm notoriously bad with games. I'm very much a Johnny come lately in that regard. I almost never buy anything new at all.
Yeah.
I only just picked up Fallout 4 in the last week.
It's alright, isn't it?
I'm really fucking enjoying it. I kind
It's
of wish,
alright.
kind of wish I could have got it sooner.
It's pretty cool. I mean, if you do end up playing online, let us know because I think you can link up with people. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Might have to do that. At the very least, it seems better than Fallout 76.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. I've not played it.
Besides the bugs and the pay-to-win shit, I think any game like that where it's online play only is a bad thing. No one likes online only.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, name a game that's online only that's incredibly popular. Well, apart from likes of Overwatch and that, but
Oh yeah, but that's like a very specific sort of genre.
yeah, they're Blizzard as well. They can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want.
But do you remember when like the Xbox One was announced and it was going to be the online only console? No one liked that idea.
Yeah, that happened.
PlayStation wins again.
It's my preferred of the two, to be honest.
Yeah, I might sound a bit like a Sony shill, but I'm definitely a PlayStation fella. Yeah, entertainment. Few films have came out. We had Captain Marvel a little while back, which we briefly touched on, and of course Avengers Endgame. I don't know if you want to briefly give your thoughts on some of them.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't get to see the second Ant-Man, and I know apparently it's quite relevant to the plot and whatnot, but I think I picked it up quite easily.
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Marvel or Endgame?
Oh, Endgame.
Yeah. I'm going to just get my thoughts on Captain Marvel out a bit, because that was another one of those sort of controversial media things.
Oh yeah.
As you're probably aware, a lot of the media, and especially a lot of the talking points by actress Brie Larson, caused a lot of fucking shit. Um, kind of reminded me an awful lot about an awful lot like Ghostbusters 2016.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kind of idea is that it's one for the women, and you know this is a feminist movie, and men need not see it. And a lot like Ghostbusters 2016, I went to see it, and I actually thought the film was fine and not that bad at all. It's just the
Yeah.
fucking media hype surrounding that was awful.
Yeah. I think Brie Larson nearly ruined that film for me because I thought it was good when I saw it, and then I heard what she was going on about.
I knew she was kind of like that beforehand because I follow a few people online who do a lot of reactions to stuff like that. Christ, there's one in particular, Mecha Random 42.
Hmm.
Now, to give some of her critics credit, I think she's kind of got an exceptionally large Brie Larson hate boner.
Right.
Like fucking, it seems almost like every fucking 5 videos she's done is picking on something she said or done.
Hmm.
Which fair enough, but fucking let it go. um,
Like, yeah. You've got to have a balance as well.
yeah, God, that's when we're talking about politics and opinions, that's the other danger. Sometimes you can become so much of a reactionary that you just become the same thing on the other shoe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of knew all that shit going into Captain Marvel, so I kind of went in just with a blank mind. I enjoyed it. Um, no, I thought it was fun. Enjoyable, great soundtrack. I'm a '90s kid. Honestly, didn't think much of Bree's acting. She seemed a bit wooden, but
Yeah, I know what you mean. She's not amazing. She's not bad. Like by all
no.
means, like she's fine.
No, and there was things said about her being OP and about being a Mary Sue. She is a
She
little.
is. I'm sorry.
She is a bit. I'll admit she has sort of some conflict in Captain Marvel, in that she's going through a bit of an identity crisis, unlike other characters like, say, Michael Burnham from Star Trek Discovery or Rey from Star Wars, who are absolute Mary Sues and have absolutely undeserved praise and power
Hmm.
heaped on top of them. I suppose Captain Marvel did have a bit of a struggle, and as I said, if you actually take a lot of the media shit surrounding it and fucking Brie Larson's own words out of it, and just look at it as a movie standalone, it's fine.
Oh, the movie itself's fine. When she becomes a Mary Sue is actually in Endgame.
Yeah, yeah.
That is her just completely overpowered and like not even the character in the comics is that powerful. You
Now,
know what I mean?
now I know her parts in Endgame were actually filmed before Captain Marvel.
Were they?
So I wonder if this might be one of those situations where they weren't entirely sure what to do with the character at that point.
Maybe.
It's like swing it back to Doctor Who. It's like if you watch the Peter Davison episode for the Doomsday. Some
Mm.
people have commented on that. The acting seems a bit off on there, and Peter's Doctor doesn't seem particularly defined. It's because that was actually filmed before Castrovalva, like his first actual on-screen episode. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
no, they hadn't actually worked out a lot of kinks. So I do kind of wonder if it was going to be something of a situation there.
Maybe, yeah, maybe I get that then.
Again, I'm not a misogynist or anything, and I'm not necessarily hating on Captain Marvel, but it was more or less a glorified cameo in Endgame, which I'm not too upset about because I probably would have been pissed if she was the one to solve everything at the end.
She pretty much was.
But it would have come from the standpoint of like it's a character who's only just been introduced from nowhere. It's like a MacGuffin.
Yeah, mind you, that that cringy scene at the end where it's like she's got backup, yeah, and then it pans around to show all the female characters they've got. It's like I get that, okay, I totally get it, and it's cool that you want to show that you're being all equal and all that.
Mm-hmm.
but that is so when you because it detracts from the film completely. If it snaps you out of the movie and you realise you're sat there watching a movie, it's a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rule of making movies. That's what that scene did.
You see, I didn't even pick up on that until you mentioned it
Mm.
to me. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, we won't give major spoilers because it is still quite recent and people are very, very
I
hot
don't
on it.
know. I mean, if you want, I mean, this is actually pretty much going to be the end of this recording. So
Mm.
I'll give you guys warning right now. If you haven't seen Endgame and you have any interest to, why haven't you seen it yet? It's been out a few weeks, but
Yeah, I was going to say at this point, if you really are that hot about spoilers,
by all means, stop right now because I will actually talk some spoilers.
okay, that's fine.
But you were going to say sorry.
Yeah, I really did actually like emotionally like the film as well. Like there was a lot of dudes crying at the end. I noticed in the cinema, which I thought was kind of cool.
I,
But I actually heard someone wailing.
oh really?
Yeah, some chick was wailing. Although we did see it the first night, so
Oh, fair enough. I saw it like the week after, and even then the theater was still packed. So
yeah.
it's doing. Actually, it's doing so well. It kind of sunk Titanic at the box office, who was the one of the previous record holders. So
Yeah, it was. It beat Jurassic Park as well.
yeah, James Cameron gave his congratulations, which was quite cool of him.
I like Cameron,
I do. It's just Avatar sucked.
Avatar did so, and it's one of those things that everybody you have to love Avatar. You have to. Why? I don't know.
But no,
You just do.
it's Avengers is like Endgame's doing really fucking well, and
Deservedly so, though. I think the payoff was good.
yeah,
And here's where we get into the spoilers a bit. The whole Thor thing has been a hot button online,
why?
because it shows his mental illness as a joke. Now, if you haven't seen the film yet, here's where the spoilers come in, so turn off. But Thor has what's commonly now known as a dad belly in it,
Dad
because
bod.
at the very beginning he kills Thanos, who successfully wipes out, as you've probably seen in the film prior, half of life in the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
And then it pans to 5 years in the future. They've all got to deal with what's happened, and Thor's not dealing very well. And to be honest with you, I think they handled it fine.
I gotta say, I would never have equated that to mental illness or even mocking mental illness.
None of that. To be honest, it was a sort of sad, manic breakdown. like,
God's sake, it's like when you talk, it's like when you speak to people who are feeling sad and they say that they're depressed. No, you're just fucking bummed.
oh, that pisses me
You're
off.
not. You're not. Fuck off.
You don't know what depression is if you've ever said you're depressed because you've lost your job. Do you know what I mean? It can take much more than that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
there's feeling depressed, and there's being actually depressed. They're different. They can be entirely different things.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't even know about that. I mean, a lot of people are, of course, talking about the death of Tony Stark,
Yeah.
which
Oh, my dad is the worst on social media. He seems to be a bit of a troll lately, and
I
I'm
love
down,
I
I'm
love
down
your
with that.
dad for that. I fucking
Yeah,
love it when he posts stuff.
he's quite good. But there was one of them he posted. He's not seen the film. He had no idea what was going on, and he was just like, I can't remember what his comment was, but it was something like, some people who post spoilers has upset me more than of Endgame has upset me more than when Tony Stark died at the end of the film. About a week before the film came out.
Oh, Dad Stradamus.
Yeah, he left it on as well when I told him what happens.
Oh, great. To be honest, I'm not gonna say I necessarily expected it, but it did when I was thinking about how it could end. It does make like thematic sense.
Yeah, like the whole arc is now finished.
Yeah, I mean, Iron
That was
Man
him.
essentially started off
Yeah.
that universe, so to have him sort of
You've got all these dingleberries trying to figure out because if you wait through the credits, there's no end credit scene.
yeah,
Uh,
someone actually warned me about that, so I didn't hang
yeah,
around.
because apparently the credits go on forever. I've not bothered watching through them, but apparently at the end you do hear like this clanking, and
Hmm.
everyone, oh no, the new Iron Man. There's going to be all these things going on. It's just the sound sample of the clanking of Iron Man making his first armor out of the first film. That's it. Literally, it means nothing. It's just remember that. But everybody's got all these mad theories coming out. The directors have both come out because it's the Thingy Brothers. I forget what they're called, and told everybody, no, that's all it is. No, they're wrong. This is what's going to happen.
Yep. Of course, you know more than the movie producer.
Although fans do seem to fucking govern how things go these days.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too shocked. It did make sense. I did find it satisfying. Not as many people seem to be talking about Captain America's fate, which
was better for me. I liked that.
A lot of people really underappreciate. This pisses me off. I know I'm in the minority here, but he's actually my favorite Avenger. So
he's probably mine, and I don't like him in the comics at all.
He really does not get a lot of attention from people, though.
Yeah.
But God, there was, yeah, he had a fairly satisfying ending in a way. Although plot hole alarms are going off in my head. But I think that's just from long history of being into geeky shit, because, I've come to the realization over the years, especially when plots deal with time travel, there will be plot holes. It's almost impossible not to have a plot hole.
Yeah, I've got a big one here that I've never seen published yet, and it's kind of weird. I've not looked, so I might be wrong. But I don't know if we're going to go with yours first.
Well, mine was, and it was quite an obvious one that... Oh God, right. It's kind of pointless on me picking up on this. Like, this is just the first plot hole I immediately thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But there's about 1 billion others in the film, and that's... So Captain America goes back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, to be with Agent Carter and to live his life with her. It was kind of established in the Winter Soldier that she actually married someone else.
Yeah. Apparently, though, it was established she married somebody else, but it was a secret who that person was.
It wasn't. It was one of the. It was one of his gang from the World War II.
Oh, was it? That's fine. I can't honestly remember. I don't care. I just remember in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she gets her own spin-off, and apparently she mentions a love that you never see. So they might have done it subsequently, but yeah, fair enough.
But again, that's only the first kind of big plot, like little plot hole.
That actually almost ruins the film, to be honest with you.
Oh, dude, if we're talking logic, there's plenty.
No, this I don't know if you want to hear it.
Yep, no, go ahead.
I've only got one. I've got a lot, but this is the only one I want to talk about. But 2021 Nebula, because that's when it's set. 2021 Nebula goes back in time. She's linked to 2016 Nebula, I think it is.
Yep.
They capture her. They notice the Pym particle she has. She has one left, which is a return trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now her counterpart takes that to mask herself and blend in with everybody. She comes back. Nobody notices that she's not their Nebula. They go around. So she's used that particle. She had one. As they're all busy messing about with the gauntlet, the other Nebula opens up a portal somehow without any particles and brings her dad and his whole armada.
Yeah.
How?
To be honest, when you mentioned that to me initially, I did kind of thought I had an answer to it, but I don't actually remember. I've only seen the film once. It's honestly not the kind of thing I would see more than once in the cinema.
There's a potential answer, but it's one of those things that storytellers need to show. Right? These are, highly superior aliens. Maybe they just made more particles. Show that. It's fine.
Yeah. There was that's I think that's a bit of a better plot hole than like the one I was thinking of, because again, if you're picking apart time travel stories do not make sense.
No, God, no.
Find me one fucking time travel story that seems to work.
Exactly. That has no issue at all.
Go ahead. That has like no sort of thematic issue with it.
Yeah, no, there was always going to be problems with it.
But it kind of amused me because another YouTuber I quite like, Dave Cullen, he posted a video recently about like a major plot hole, and it was pretty much what I was talking about, like the Captain America thing. But again, I may have thought about that when I was watching it, but time travel doesn't make sense, so I can kind of let that go. But if you are going to pick on a time travel plot hole, probably the biggest one is the fact that they kill Thanos from 2014, meaning
Yeah,
everything that happened after that point didn't happen.
yeah. I think they try to describe why that works in the film, though, don't they? By saying that you've created a new universe that continues on that way. But how does that work? Paradoxes, by the very nature of time travel, would exist.
Mm-hmm.
You go back in time 5 minutes to kill yourself. You can't go back in time to go and kill yourself.
Thing is, if you go down the sort of route that every decision creates an alternate universe, is that really a happy ending then? Which because that means in the initial universe, then everyone's still dead.
Exactly. Yeah. Another thing as well, Loki doesn't get taken to Asgard.
Yes.
He escapes, which means the everything that happened in the second Thor film, everything that happened after that, doesn't happen for Loki. He's still alive somewhere.
My the only minor explanation, again, this has been very very generous, is maybe Captain America went back in time and I don't know knocked him out or something before he got away. But
Apparently, that's a thing. Like Loki's still kicking about somewhere. Like I think that was their way of bringing back Tom Hiddleston.
because he did die in the
Yeah,
in Infinity War.
yeah, and that's fine. I actually like Tom, and I like Loki. I think he's overplayed a bit, but
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of bringing up this plot hole shit. More to actually bitch about the fact that people are bitching about it, because it's fucking fiction. It's a movie and it's time travel. Like, honestly, I think there's an argument to be made that it's less about physics and more to do with just logic. The fact that time travel probably will never exist because
yeah,
it makes no fucking sense.
it's well, if it ever will exist, it exists now. That
Yes.
logic itself is nonsense. You know what I mean? It's bizarre.
Yeah.
I
So
like anybody that believes that they want to become an inventor. The first thing they ever think, if you're a good inventor and if you're clever, is that you're going to invent a time machine.
mhm.
And if you're not immediately contacted by yourself within about 5 seconds, you don't invent a time machine. I quite like that.
So I find the idea that people are bitching about some of these time travel plot holes more amusing than like actually bitching about it myself because it's a fucking movie. But overall I was very satisfied with Endgame. It was really fucking long though, and it's kind of weird. I enjoyed the film, but the film's such a clusterfuck. I couldn't like see myself watching it again soon. Just because
Yeah.
there's so much going on. I can't. I don't feel like I can get invested with one particular or a few
Yeah.
characters at once because there's just so many.
And some of the humor's a little bit overplayed as well.
Yeah.
I find that about every Marvel film, though. Like, what people will find hysterical is just like a really obnoxious current joke that's just overplayed.
Yeah. I mean, who else have they killed? They killed Black Widow.
Oh yeah, that just seemed to get scathed over. It was like, oh, she's dead now, also.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
God
I
damn
like
it.
how they just so happened to send the two Avengers that were in love with each other to that area.
Do you know what? I've thought this before. Why did they? Some people were saying they should have made a Black Widow movie. I don't know if necessarily Black Widow, at least in the film universe, could necessarily sustain a movie herself.
Yeah, she's not that
But
interesting.
if they
I
did a
guess.
Black Widow and Hawkeye film,
Maybe.
I could see that because they have a history. Like they have a dynamic, so they maybe could have done something about that. But no, she's dead. And speaking of Hawkeye, I tell you what, the opening of Endgame
That was brilliant.
that was like disturbing in a very good way. It was like, holy
Yeah,
shit, that's a punch to the fucking. That's horrifying.
yeah. Like I like how everyone's picking on Thor, how he handled it all, and
Yeah.
that's weird. Yeah, but this loving father's cool going around killing people though.
Oh yeah, the guy who fucking has lost his entire family.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine to keep it that way.
Yeah, and I kind of find it's kind of interesting because you think of the two of them that would have died. Well, that's it. They were fighting over which one of them was to be sacrificed, and you'd think maybe it's the emotionally damaged guy who's lost everything, but no, it was Black Widow.
I was quite surprised. I thought it was going to be him. Like,
Yeah, but I think that's another problem. I mentioned it's quite hard to get invested with certain characters because there's so many. It's when so many characters die as well, it's like
yeah,
things will get glossed over
yeah. No, I agree.
unless you have like a fucking 5 hour edit.
Yeah. Oh,
But
I do like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, though.
I do, and he's got another film coming out soon with Namor, I believe. So
No Mysterio.
Mysterio, ah,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought someone said Namor was going to be in it.
No, I heard ages ago he was going to get his own film, though.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Mysterio looks pretty cool, to be honest. Like, they've got his outfit pretty much down.
That's cool. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't particularly a structured review, but yeah, Endgame, good.
I'd give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna, yeah, I think 7.5 to 8 is good.
Yeah.
It's not the best film ever. To be honest, none of the Marvel movies are. I like almost all the Marvel movies, but they're not like the height of cinema. They're just enjoyable.
I think I mostly like them because I like the comics.
Yeah,
Like, it's just kind of nice to see things I've enjoyed as a child put on camera. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, it's fun, but
It's more of a coup than it is a cinematic art film.
yeah, no.
Again, I've never seen one I really, really hated.
Oh, I do. Oh,
Iron Man 3, maybe, but yeah.
hate's a strong word, but
No, I hate Iron Man 3.
I don't like Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, or Thor 2.
Yeah, I can tolerate Thor 2. It's not a good film at all, but I can get behind it a bit.
I mean, some people are saying Captain Marvel's the worst one, and people like Mecha Random. It's like, oh, fuck off. You okay?
No, it's not. It's a good film.
People are entitled to their opinions, and maybe you genuinely think that, but I think it's just as likely that you're so enraged by Brie Larson that it's just kind of tainting things for you, which
Yeah.
might be understandable, but
She ruined the hype for me. Like, I'll be honest.
But I've been accused of things in the past, and the fact that I can overlook shit like that, I'm sure anyone can if I'm so bad.
Like, I don't like Well, I've not seen Black Panther. The fucking fan reaction to
Oh,
it.
I haven't either.
I wanted to because I like Black Panther and I like that actor.
But I haven't seen all the Marvel movies anyway. I mean, I haven't seen Ant-Man and Wasp either, and
No, neither have I. I've heard it's good.
I'm sure I'll catch up. I mean, I like Paul Rudd a lot.
No, so do I. Yeah, I got compared to him quite a lot recently. Apparently, that's my sort of sense of humor, and I apparently look a bit like him.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You like
know.
apparently people say you look like people all
Everybody,
the time.
yeah, I know. Oh, no, I like genuinely as well. I'm not even taking the piss. Like, I was told I look like Tom Hiddleston, fucking Bill Murray. I get Bill Murray, Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder, I can kind of see.
I guess, but I don't think those people look like each other, so I don't see how that works. Mind you, that I'm obsessed with female Matt from that app.
Oh well,
God.
you can't see recalling it, but I'm using that as your avatar picture for this thing.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
Yeah, pretty fuckable.
Solid 10.
I don't know, maybe a 9.
Solid 10.
I'd have to see the rest of her.
It's the female equivalent of what I am now, I suppose. So,
Narcissism.
It's what females see when they look at me now.
Nah.
You don't know. You don't have the
Neither do
the
you.
gay eyes. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dennis Reynolds.
Oh, yeah. It's not necessarily a good thing.
No.
But I choose to take it as one.
Well, I think this is again this show's on terribly structured anyway. But this is more just a quick catch up and a quick chat, and just to get something put online. So
Remember the narcissistic Cambrian and the love everybody DL Drew, or Manic Monochrome, is it now?
Mono Drew.
Mono Drew. I'll always forget. I don't know why.
I'm really not a love everybody sort of person, Christ.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah, maybe cut this short because it's actually running a bit longer than I thought it would. I mean, not that we'll have time limits or anything, but next time we'll do a bit of a tighter show, and I've got ideas for upcoming shows.
Oh, cool.
Well, in terms of topics, I'm just going to put this out to the audience, if there is one. I'm thinking of maybe switching, once I upgrade my computer, to, actual live cameras.
That would be nifty.
If you want to see, if you want to see my hideous mug in action, that might be coming up.
Gorgeous one. No, I'll let it go there though, because I am going to have to head soon as well. But no, thank everybody if you are listening. It's nice to be back.
Thank you very much, and hopefully be back a bit sooner.
Oh yeah.
Right, enjoy. Bye.
Seeing you.